Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Julie Fox, and today, as per request, I'm gonna show you how to make your first song in Ableton. But before we're gonna get into that, I'm gonna show you how to set up your audio. The question is, are you using your audio interface or are you just connecting your headphones into your computer? So let me show you how to set it up in both situations. So what we have to do firstly, I'm assuming you have your Ableton open already. You go into Live, Preferences, and now in Audio Device, you go to Audio Input Device. And if you're using an audio interface, you have to find the name of your audio interface. For me, it's Scarlett 18i8. So I click on that. And then Output Device, it's gonna be, again, your audio interface. So for me, it is Scarlett 18i8. If you don't use any audio interface, just leave audio input device. Just don't touch it. Don't do anything. If you would like to, you would choose built-in microphone if you want to record some vocals, but let's be honest, vocals recorded with your computer microphone won't be any good. They will be okay, but not really good. So let's just leave it for now. Just focus on audio output device and choose built-in output. All right, and now we're ready to start making our first song. In Ableton, you have two different views. So today we're gonna stay in the first one. Look where my mouse is now. This is our arrangement view, and that's where we wanna stay. You also have another view, which is called a live view. That's more for live playing, for sampling, looping, and today we want to stay in the arrangement view. So as you can see, we already have 2 MIDI tracks and 2 audio tracks. I don't tend to delete them because we will need much more than this to make a full song. I know some people like starting with piano, guitar, but I just like to have a beat for my song. I'm gonna move one audio track up, so you just click on it and you drag it up. So to build your percussion, and now we're gonna start with just the kick. Let's decide now on how long our loop is gonna be. I would go for maybe 4 bars. That would give us a space for 1 round of chords. We want 16 beats and 4 bars. That's what I want now. Now, how to find your samples. You go to your left, you go to categories, and you look for samples. Here we go. And now you can type kick, because that's what we want. We want a kick. Let me find something for now. I'm gonna go for kick drum case Yakiman because I like the sound. But don't worry, don't overthink it, because you can change it anytime later if you don't like it. So how do we move our kick onto our track? So you click on it, now it's highlighted, you hold it, and you just drag it to your right onto the track. Voila. There are different ways of building the kick pattern. You can either copy, Command-C, if you don't know that, and you can go on to the next beat and paste, and paste. So another thing you can do is to just duplicate it, which is Command-D. That's a shortcut, but you can also right-click on the sample and look for duplicate. So that's Command-D for me. If you're using Windows computers, that's probably Control-D. This way we can duplicate it. So let's do 16 times of this kick. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Here we go. Let's see what it sounds like. Very nice kick. Very good, very nice. I'm gonna loop this part. So how to loop it? You see this little line up here? You just go onto its right end and you drag it to your right until the point you want to loop. And then you right click on it and you click loop. And we've got our loop. Well done. All right, so we've got our kick and now we want to build a synth. There's different ways of doing that. So we can either, if you have a keyboard, that's gonna be super easy. You just connect your keyboard to your computer and that's how you can play the chosen sound. There's another way, if you don't have keyboard, you can either build a MIDI track yourself, or you can use your keyboard, like your real keyboard, as a keyboard. Firstly, let me show you how to build your MIDI track. We want it, let's say, the same length as our kick loop. We click on this area from the very beginning and we just move the mouse to our right until the point where our loop ends. Now it's highlighted. The highlighted area, it's gonna be our MIDI track. We click right and we look for Insert MIDI clip. Boom! Ta-da! We've got our MIDI clip. Before we're gonna create our chords, we need a sound. So let's pick a sound for our synth. We go to the left and this time we go to Instruments. We remove the kick that we were looking for in the beginning and we are looking for the right sound. We have plenty of here. I'm gonna go to the analog ones and to pads. Yeah, let's go to pads. And as far as I remember, there was something called sadness. Yes, sadness pad. I'm gonna go for the sad. Okay, when you click on it, you can hear the sound. And again, you just click on it and you drag it onto your MIDI track. So if we don't have a keyboard, how can we actually create our chords? You double click on this MIDI clip and this is going to open the piano for you. And this is where you can actually write your notes. To start drawing your chords, you need a pen. So you go up here on the right, you have this little pen and just click on it. And now it's highlighted. It means you are able to draw your notes. And where should you start? To actually listen to what you draw, you can click on these headphones and they will play the note for you. Now we have our C major, and so on. I'm just gonna turn off the headphones so you can hear me properly. And now I'm gonna draw D major. Okay, that's D major. Then the next bar, let's go for C, D, O, G, K, C, D, G, and let's go back to C. I don't even know if that's gonna sound good. We'll see. That's probably not gonna be the best track I've ever written. And now, as you can see, our notes are pretty short, and how to extend them. So get rid of the pen, turn it off, go onto your notes. You can actually highlight all of them, so that's gonna be easier. And you drag it to the right. Drag it to the right, and then the next one, drag it to the right, and the third one, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the worst song I've ever written in my life. I'm gonna get rid of that because I want to show you how to use your keyboard to build the chords. So I'm just gonna remove my chords. And now to use our keyboard as a piano, we go up here on the right side of the pen, we click on the piano. And this is gonna allow us to play chords, but not that fast. Firstly, to be able to play an instrument that's on the track, you have to go to the right and you see this little, it's a dot. For me, it looks like a clock for some reason. Just click on it, and when it's red, it means you are able to play this particular instrument. All right, so now we're ready to use our keyboard as a keyboard to make a song. Before you start recording, you can set a click for yourself So I have 2 bars. Okay, let's do 2 bars. You can change it however you want to. It can be 1 bar, 4 bars, none. That's a count in that's gonna allow you to start on time. To activate the click, you click on it, it's highlighted, it's yellow. And then you press this dot, which means recording, and it's gonna count 2 bars for me before I'm gonna start playing my keyboard as a keyboard. All right, let's record it. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now we can all see that the synth isn't really tight. How to make it tight? How to make it right on time? You highlight all the notes, you right-click, and you click Quantize. There's different adjustments, you can change the settings. But for me, because it's almost great, I'm just gonna do it manually. So you click on the grid, so it's not highlighted anymore, so you can just work on single notes. F. And again, to make it bigger, you look for your magnifying glass or a loop up here, and you just move your mouse down. Okay, I'm just gonna duplicate the first part because that's gonna be easier for me. So if you wanna duplicate something, highlight it and Command D. Ooh, I really feel like changing the last chord onto something different. Yes, so from F, I'm gonna move it to G, but the lower one, G2. Yay, I like that. Now I feel like adding a clap. Okay, so let's just extend our loop because I feel like it would be good to have some intro. A very easy way of extending it is to right-click on the loop bar and look for duplicate time. It's going to duplicate all the tracks. So we're going to use our audio track 2. We go to samples again and we type clap. Okay, let's go for a classic clap 707. Again, drag it onto your audio track 1. I have to zoom in to see clearly, and let's do it every second kick. Dum, 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 dum. All right, let's listen to it now. Okay, I like it, but for me, clap is a bit dry. To apply reverb, there are 2 ways of doing that. You can either send the clap to your reverb send track. So let me show you where the send tracks are. If you go on to the live view, you're gonna see reverb and delay, and these are our send tracks. Let's go back, and you can also see those 2 in here. We have reverb and delay. To change the settings in your reverb, just double click on the reverb track, and that's how you can adjust it. So how to send our track to our reverb? You go to your right, and under the 0, the left one, it's going to be our reverb. That's going to be in the order. So reverb is the first one, delay is in the second one. You can create more send tracks, but I wouldn't say that's the very important knowledge for today. And now you can decide on how much of the reverb you want to have. The higher number, the more reverb you're going to have on your track. So let's listen to it. Definitely more. Yeah, better. I also feel that clap is a bit too loud. So to change the volume of the track, you go to the 0, you click on it, hold it, and you move your mouse down. A bit more. You can also change the volume manually. So you just click on it and with your keyboard, you type any number you want to. Okay, but I'm gonna stay with -6. All right, I feel like we have pretty solid base of the song now. The next step for me, it would be bass. Let's create our bass line. We go to our next MIDI track, click on the dot. Let's go to our instruments. Let's look for the bass. Here we go, bass. Let's pick something simple. I just remember that in the past, I used to use woofer loving bass. So let's drag it onto our track. A very easy way of creating your bass line, getting just the low notes from your synth line. So let's copy that. Let's paste it on our bass track. Double click and let's just remove high notes. That is very high. Let's move it down. To move it the whole octave, you press Shift and you go with the arrow down. That's going to be G2. And now let's go to G1. Here we go. Let's listen to it. That's very loud. Okay, let's duplicate it. Right click and let's change the F to G. It doesn't sound as good. I don't like it. Lower G. Yeah, better. The next step I would go for, I would try to create some melody with the synth or any instrument you want to. So let's create another MIDI track. So you go to your right, click right on this gray area and click on Insert MIDI track. Click on the black dot, highlight the area and again insert MIDI clip, and this is our MIDI clip. Okay, let's find a nice instrument to create our melody. I would go for a lead. Okay, let's go for pan pipes lead. And remember, if you don't like the sound later, you can change it anytime. So it's good to, it's good to not overthink it, create your melody, and then change the sound if you don't like it. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of happy. Not like 100% happy. Let's quantize it. Okay, I would also give it a little bit more reverb. Let's find out what it sounds like. Right, so we have our bass ready. I would say it's a bass because it's just 15 seconds loop. And of course, songs are 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. So what we can do is we can think of an intro, as I said before. We can start with maybe our main synth and kick. Okay, and what I would do now, I would just duplicate this part again and duplicate more, and I would get rid of our melody for now. Let's just bring the clap slowly and the bass. Okay, let's say we want this as our intro. Then I would get rid of the melody again, get rid of the clap, and let's leave this as our verse, maybe. I think that's a good base for our verse. I would extend the tracks even more. Now I'm just going to take my kick and I'm going to consolidate it. You highlight the amount of kick you want to consolidate, you click right, and you click consolidate. That's going to create a joint sample out of the single samples. And that's the easier way of duplicating. So now I'm going to duplicate the kick with Command D again. Okay, maybe a bit more. All right. And I'm going to do the same with our synth. And now I'm going to consolidate our bass because it consists of two different patterns. And I'm going to duplicate as well. What I would suggest now is reversed cymbal after our intro, so it makes the transition a little bit nicer, smoother. So let's create another audio track. Let's go to our samples again, and let's look for cymbal reversed. Ooh. We've got only one. Let's see if it's gonna work. Let's drag it in here. Super harsh sound. I'm definitely gonna turn it down. And I'm gonna give it more reverb. In my opinion, that's still not enough reverb. Let's go to audio effects. Let's go to the reverb. And I'm gonna apply my favorite one, long tail reverb. So you just drag it onto the track. That is much smoother. This is what I like, definitely. I would maybe put a little bit less of this one. And I would bring back the clap again here. So let's do the same thing. Highlight the area of 4 claps. Right click, consolidate, copy, and paste. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Okay. And maybe let's bring back our melody. The last thing I would do is to extend the loop. I would just duplicate our melody and do like kind of like the outro. Let's maybe duplicate our clap. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's nice. I think that's a solid piece of music. So just extend the loop a little bit more. So when you export your song, you will be able to hear the echo. It's not gonna end harshly. You will be able to hear the echo. I'm not gonna record vocals today, but just to give you an idea how to do it. So you either click on the gray area here, you click Insert Audio Track, or you go up, you go to Create, and again, Insert Audio Track. Okay, and now to be able to record our vocal with the microphone, you have to click on the dot again, So now you know you're recording on this track. Change off to auto so you will be able to hear yourself. And then it depends how many inputs you have and what input you use for your mic. Let's say you're using the first input, so you click on input 1. And also you can give yourself a little bit of the reverb, as we've learned already. And here you go. This is how you record your vocals. Thank you guys very much for watching today. I think we've done a very solid job. If you have any questions related to what we've done today, or maybe I forgot about something, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Share your songs with me. I really want to hear them. And if you enjoyed it here, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Hey guys! I just released the first single from my upcoming album. If you're curious, if you want to watch it, go into the comment section and look for my pinned comment.